Recently, I was giving my friend some relationship advice, and she said it was like super helpful. And I wanted to share it here to see if anybody can relate or if anyone got any value from it. So my friend, let's call her Alex, had been dating this dude named Keith for like 6 months, and they were super close. They had like a really strong relationship really quickly. Alex was moving, and they had agreed to do like a long distance relationship. And then later, Keith was like, "I can't do that. Like, I can't commit to something like that." They broke up, and then they decided to still be friends. 3 months later, they're talking, and Alex is like, "What's been going on?" And Keith is like, I started this relationship with this new girl, and she's like, she's just like everything. And, we've only been talking for a month, and I think she's like my person. I really want to be committed to her." So Alex tells me this, and she's like, "Should I freak out? Should I pop off? Should I, what do you think I should do? Like, what do you think?" And I tell her, I think something that she's forgetting is the reason they didn't work out is because he lacked a level of emotional intelligence that she has. And I think a mistake that she's making, that a lot of us make, is that she's assuming that he is having a relationship of the quality that they had. To him, their relationship, Alex and Keith's relationship, was like the deepest it could ever be. And even then, he wasn't able to commit to something like that. So why would she then take his word for him saying like, "Oh, I found something that's like the same, that's like deep and meaningful," when it wasn't even that to begin with? I love a good analogy, so I told her, I was like, it's literally like if you take a kid to the park and he's like, "I found gold and treasure," and like you believe him, and then like you go and you check and it's actually like, like an old wrapper that's shiny or like a piece of glass. Like, she is projecting this depth to their relationship that the only reason they had was because she was a part of it. And I was telling her that too, like he just wasn't getting it. It wasn't something that he was ready to like look into, if that makes any sense. And it was even more dangerous because he was one of those people that were like, "I am constantly changing, I'm constantly evolving and learning." But really, he's only acting in this larger cycle of like repeating things. People who are really stuck in their ways are usually like denying it at first, and then they try to break out of that. Whereas he was like giving himself a larger, like more room to act within the same pattern. But I was telling her, I was like, it's best probably just to cut it off, because like you're just going to end up teaching this person something that you already know for a relationship that you're not going to pursue. But yeah, I think sometimes you just need to understand where you are getting your information from and like the validity of those sources. Because like I said, there is a very high chance that that relationship isn't deeper than what they had, because they actually had something deep because my friend was providing it. If you can relate to this, go ahead and share it or comment or do whatever. I'm just interested to see if anybody gets any value out of this. All right, see you later.